The Cheyenne are one of the indigenous peoples of the Great Plains, and the language is of the Algonquian language family. The Cheyenne comprise two Native American tribes, the Só'taeo'o, Só'taétaneo'o, and the Tsétsêhéstâhese These. These tribes merged in the early 19th century. Today, the Cheyenne people are split into two federally recognized nations: the Southern Cheyenne, who are enrolled in the Cheyenne and Arapaho Tribes in Oklahoma, and the Northern Cheyenne, who are enrolled in the Northern Cheyenne Tribe of the Northern Cheyenne Indian Reservation in Montana. At the time of the first contact with the Europeans, the Cheyenne were living in the area of what is now Minnesota. At times they have been allied with the Lakota and Arapaho, and at other points enemies of the Lakota. In the early 18th century they migrated west across the Mississippi River and into North and South Dakota, where they adopted the horse culture. Having settled the Black Hills of South Dakota and the Powder River country of present-day Montana, they introduced the horse culture to Lakota bands about 1730. Allied with the Arapaho, the Cheyenne pushed the Kiowa to the southern plains. In turn, they were pushed west by the more numerous Lakota. The Cheyenne nation Tsétsêhéstâhese was at one time composed of 10 bands that spread across the Great Plains from southern Colorado to the Black Hills in South Dakota. They fought the traditional enemies, the Crow and later the United States Army forces. In the mid-19th century, the bands began to split, with some bands choosing to remain near the Black Hills, while others chose to remain near the Platte Rivers of central Colorado. The Northern Cheyenne, known in Cheyenne either as Só'taétaneo'o, meaning Northern Eaters, or simply as Só'taétaneo'o, meaning Eaters, live in southeastern Montana on the Northern Cheyenne Indian Reservation. Tribal enrollment figures, as of late 2014, indicate that there are approximately 10,840 members, of which about 4,939 reside on the reservation. Approximately 91% of the population are Native Americans, with 72.8% identifying themselves as Cheyenne. Slightly more than 1/4 of the population 5 years or older spoke a language other than English. The Southern Cheyenne, known in Cheyenne as Só'taétaneo'o, meaning roped people, together with the Southern or Arapaho, form the Cheyenne and Arapaho Tribes in western Oklahoma. The combined population is 12,130 as of 2008. In 2003, approximately 8,000 of these identified themselves as Cheyenne. Although with continuing intermarriage it has become increasingly difficult to separate the tribes' name. The Tsétsêhéstâhese These, which translates to "those who are like this." These two tribes had companions, though the identity of the Saphir is not known. Many Great Plains tribes assume it means Cree or some other people who spoke an Algonquian language related to Cree and Cheyenne. The Cheyenne word for Ojibwe, Sahio, a word that sounds similar to the Dakota word Saphir. Another of the common etymologies for Cheyenne is a bit like the alien speech. According to George Bird Grinnell, the Dakota had referred to themselves and fellow Siouan language bands as white talkers, and those of other language families, such as the Algonquian Cheyenne, as red talkers. The etymology of the name Tsétsêhéstâhese, which the Cheyennes call themselves, is uncertain. According to the Cheyenne Dictionary, offered online by Chief Dull Knife College, there is no definitive consensus, and various studies of the origins and the translation of the word has been suggested. Grinnell's record is typical. He states they call themselves Tsétsêhéstâhese, which the books commonly give as meaning people. It most likely means related to one another, similarly bred, like us, our people, or us. The term for the Cheyenne homeland is Tsétsêhéstâhese language. The Cheyenne of Montana and Oklahoma speak the Cheyenne language, known as Tsétsêhéstâhese. Approximately 800 people speak Cheyenne in Oklahoma. There are only a handful of vocabulary differences between the two locations. The Cheyenne alphabet contains 14 letters. The Cheyenne language is one of the larger Algonquian language group. Formerly, the Só'taeo'o Só'tae bands of Southern and Northern Cheyennes spoke Só'taétaneo'o Só'taétaneo'o, a language so close to Tsétsêhéstâhese These that it is sometimes termed a Cheyenne dialect.